they come in and, oh, I forgot to put your blood pressure cuff on. You have to have your blood pressure monitored this whole time because you've got all these drugs, you've got Pitocin coming into your body, so we absolutely have to. So we're not going to put that on the side of your IV. That would be bad. Okay, so this is your blood pressure cuff. Okay, so that's going to go off however long we set it to go off, about every half an hour, 15 minutes. Okay, so then, oh, and we want to measure the levels of your oxygen. So we're going to put this pulse oximeter on your finger too. Okay, so you've got that on you. And then we're going to get the anesthesiologist. So I'm going to go grab him and he's going to come in. Oh, your monitor fell off. That's terrible. Okay, so
I'm surprised it wasn't beeping.
Okay, so the guy comes in and since you're getting an epidural, they're just going to go ahead and give you a catheter. And because you're only 3 centimeters, we figure that you're probably going to have this epidural for quite some time. And so we're going to just give you a catheter that stays in you. They have 2 types of catheters. Oh. One is called a straight catheter and one is just a catheter that stays in. So the straight catheter would be like if you're at the very end and you have your epidural, they put the straight cath in, they let it drain, and then they pull it out. Because you're so early in labor, we're gonna put one in and keep it in. Okay, so that one goes. No, put that on your lip right there.
How do you feel about the catheter?
Wait till they
Okay, and we're gonna. Okay, now we're gonna put this catheter bag beside her bed so we can see urinary output.
Wait, they're really putting a catheter in her?
It really isn't as
yeah, because she can't feel. She can't feel. She has to have her bladder empty. She has to go to the bathroom. It would be bad if she didn't because her bladder. We're giving her IV fluids. Her bladder would fill up and it would get really damaged. And when you're just because you're numb, it doesn't mean that you go to the bathroom. You have to let go of muscles to be able to go to the bathroom. Yeah. So okay, so
well, you can't walk once you're at the girl, then.
Yeah, so she has to have a catheter. Okay, so then the epidural guy finally gets in. You've got plenty of fluids in you and everything. So Jane is feeling really, really uncomfortable now, but it's okay, Jane. We're gonna get you. We'll lean forward here.
I'll keep recording.
Okay, so what the anesthesiologist does first, and I'll show you pictures of this, but the anesthesiologist will palpate the back.
Oh yeah.
Don't let it bring back memories. Well, so the anesthesiologist will palpate the back area and they'll feel like, okay, this is where I'm gonna put it, and then they will get the betadine, which is the brown red kind of substance, and they'll kind of wash that area down, and then they'll get some lidocaine, some local numbing anesthetic in a small needle, and they'll do several little pokes in that area to kind of numb up the area because the epidural needle is pretty big. Now here's what a lot of people don't know. The epidural needle goes in, it's hollow, so they put the epidural needle in. I'll tell you more about where that goes and everything in just a minute. So they put the epidural needle in and they thread a catheter through that. So the catheter is very, very tiny. It's tiny, small and tiny. It's like the size of a guitar string. And so they thread that through the needle, and then once they get that in through that catheter in the proper space, then they pull the needle off. So they pull the needle off, leave the catheter in. So moms always talk about having needles in their back, but there's never a needle stuck in your back. There's a like when your mom she had the tube in her back for sure.
But they leave that catheter the whole time?
Yeah, so the catheter stays and then they tape it up the back. So they put huge tape. It's pliable, it bends.
Do they leave
so they thread
it's
it
just like
in
a rubber
and then they
tube.
just tape it up the back.
Rubber tube that stays
It's just
back?
it's really, really light and flimsy, yeah, but it stays in there.
It's really, really thin too. Kind of like it's a little bit thicker than like fishing line would be, and it looks like fishing line. It's
like fly fishing line.
Yeah, bigger. Okay, so they tape this up her back and they have it come up over her shoulder right here, and then they do a little test dose, and if the test dose is doing well, then they'll hook it up to the other. Is it a?
It's a beep.
Oh, they come in all the time. I don't think they'll hurt us unless you guys are really worried. Okay, so here you hold that epidural.
And it hurts so weird because they put it between your
spine. Yeah. I'm just getting this to the blue things. I'm not putting it to your actual shirt.
Epidural space.
Can't they just stop if you're in a contraction and wait till you're done with the contraction?
Well, once they start the process, they have to keep going. So if you have a contraction, you've got to hold really still. And it's hard, and as doulas will talk about.
So they're trying to do it right after you have a contraction, so that they're doing it in between. But
risky if you could get paralyzed.
They say that it doesn't, but I think it still does.
Well, it's not like when you have a contraction. Usually, for the most part, you're not like.
Well, and especially
like,
if they tell you if they're like, don't move,
you're like,
and you feel.
And they're doing it. They're doing it all by feel too. They feel it go through 3 different layers, and then that's how they know that they're in the right space.
And they know if it doesn't go through that last one, then they're good.
Yeah.
So that's why it accidentally gets punctured sometimes, that last one. Okay, so she's all hooked up to her epidural. Now, one of the things that we want to monitor her baby very, very closely, and we're getting her induced, and we need to get her out of her anyway. I don't know why we haven't broken her water before now, but we're just gonna take this one monitor off, but you can leave it there for now. And we're gonna put the internal fetal monitor on. Oh, we'll pass this around when we're done. This is a real one, but it's dulled over the years. But this is just put in the top of the baby's head. And it's like a poke, and so they kind of twist it in the top of the baby's head.
Oh my hell!
And
that is a little purple spot.
They do this in a lot of births. Almost every epidural birth has an internal fetal monitor.
So they go in your vagina and put that in your baby.
They have to first break your water. So we're gonna break her water. And break her water, and then we're gonna go and see if we can touch the top of the baby's head. She's only about 3.5 centimeters dilated, so it's gonna be kind of hard
reach way in
to
there.
get in there. But we're gonna get it done. She's had
because she
her
has an epidural, we can damage that cervix.
Yeah, and so we're gonna hook this to her baby's head.
Men only knew they have a cervix.
This goes. So she's got the catheter coming out of her vagina, and she's got the internal monitor. And then there's another monitor that you can. It's an intrauterine monitor. Usually, we'll just continue monitoring contractions on the outside with this monitor. But if we're not picking up contractions very well, then we'll put the intrauterine catheter in there as well. So she'll have 3 things coming out of her vagina.
Then they can slow down even more.
She'll have 3 things stuck in her vagina, even though she's trying to get something out.
Wait, what was the third one? Internal.
It's an intrauterine catheter. It's because they call it an IUPC, intrauterine pressure catheter, because it measures contractions based on pressure. So they'll put it up kind of by the side of the baby's head, and it's filled with water, and that's kind of how they get the pressure.
So it'll have that by its head, and then it'll have the poke in its head.
Yeah.
That's
the third. It's like all the tools are so smart, but they're just
the catheter.
used.
Oh,
They're like
that's
genius inventions. They're just
Right.
And why do they need to be used all the time?
They want to measure the contractions in relation, or the baby's heart rate in relation to the contractions, because if a mom has a contraction and the baby's heart rate goes down after it, it means the baby's not tolerating it well. So this is Jane. She's got. We also have an oxygen mask, but I don't actually have one of those. So her baby's not looking amazing, and so we're gonna give her a little bit of oxygen. So you've got an oxygen mask on you as well. So she's got all these things. This is what a normal birth looks like in America. This is totally normal. I'm not exaggerating any part of this. This is completely, totally normal. And some moms will even have some more things stuck to them.
They can't relax.
Yeah. So this is how many things does she have coming out of her? She's got she's got 2 monitors and the pulse oximeter, and she's got the catheter and the intrauterine or the fetal scalp electrode, and then she's got
I'm not comfortable with that one.
And the IV. So she's got like tons of things. She's like a science project, right?
And then all the people coming in and out.
She's just having a baby though, but she's got all these things hooked up to her. But she's going through a normal physiological process. So what's wrong here? What's wrong with this picture? Right?
Everything.
So okay, we can take your.
What else would be hooked to her? Like what else could be?
Gosh, I'm trying to think of some other things that I've seen.
Oxygen mask, more.
Yeah. Sometimes their legs are up in stirrups. Sometimes they have drapes over them.
Wait, let's see. That is so cool.
Wild.
That is wild. It's
But
beautiful.
I like the rice thing because it's like this is the earth and this is earthy. And I love circles. I think that is like a full circle thing. It's like it just completes you, and I like this sunshine. But I've been puzzling over the last 25 years thinking, why is it that I've been having such difficult births? I'm a really healthy eater. I'm really fit. I mean, I work out and all this stuff, and I'm not negative. I'm not scared. But I think I was telling you, I think it's maybe because I'm supposed to be a doula and have compassion for different situations.
Yeah.
But if I had to do it again, which I don't know how that would happen because I'm not changing husbands and he's operated. I guess I would exercise more, and I would want it to be a water birth. I mean, I never thought of that until I saw those movies. I'm like, water, good idea. I love water. And I'd rather birth at night. I've done it in the afternoon. I'm like, excuse me, the world is going on. I want everybody to be just peaceful with me.
If women are left alone, most babies are born at 4 in the morning. Around 3 and 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that's when my most natural births are like the better ones. And I was saying to Melissa that my dream would be to create a spa, like a full-blown looking spa with the herbs and everything for a birthing center. So I put a spa in there, and I will love massage. And right here I was saying to her, if I could have some clay, I like the violin, for example. I love the violin, and vegetables and fruit and honey. And anyway, I would have put a little statue of my husband, like your husband, that one. I was like, he like sitting behind you, like your position, and he's helping you. And I just, if I had my way, I would have a dark room with like eating 9 months of only eating like pure stuff, and with like really quiet music and really kind of calm, and just the two of us. So he's done it before, so he could. Just to. But anyway, that's how I do. Just the two of us.
That is awesome.
Beautiful.
That is so
Your family is beautiful. Look at this.
They're funny. Look at this curly hair. That oldest boy is 6'4".
That is so cute. There's honey. Is that a lime too?
That
looks like it.
Picture.
I can't even manage one. I get all like.
Good at it. She's good at it.
It's my full-time job. They're so fun. They're really fun. Brittany got to meet him yesterday.
I know, she's such a cute family.
They wouldn't leave her alone. It's like, I miss her.
You think like 10 kids and you'd think there'd be like chaos and stuff. No, it's like so peaceful at her house.
I have a little farm.
Oh yeah.
I want to see that.
Mine's a collage also. It's the shape of a uterus.
Are you serious? That's
Well, at first I was thinking of a temple because I'm really into Hinduism right now and I love all the shapes.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, it could be a uterus too. I've been into collaging a lot. I really love it. They make good meditation pieces, and when I had May, I used so many. They're called mandalas, meditation, something to look at with your eyes while you get in your space. So I had tons of mandalas. I think this will be the one for my next. My others weren't artistic. They were usually Post-it notes. I would stick places that just said like, my baby is coming to me, and I'll have an easy birth, my cervix opens easily, stuff like that. I think it's important for the mom. Yeah. Stick them in your car, on your mirror, wherever, because you just keep saying it, you know?
Wow, that's so awesome.
This is the cover of the Catalyst magazine this month. It's perfect. The woman is birthing the tree.
So pretty. I thought that picture, I can't believe you found that picture.
It's like yeah, it's beautiful. Okay.
I sadly spilled some of my, when I was stirring my oatmeal, I got some of my oatmeal on your picture. I like tried to get it off. I'm so sorry. It was like so pretty. It's like it's nice painting.
Yeah, well, you don't want to. It's not. It's
Here,
like stupid.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's really
stupid.
No, it's okay.
Can I see yours? Closer?
No, when I saw this one, I was like, oh, that's exactly how it goes. You go from the unknown into this really hot, like, trial by fire, baptism by fire, do they call it? And then you get in a nicer space, and then the light, you know?
It's perfect.
What did Katie? What did you? Is that what you meant by it? What did you mean by it?
I wasn't thinking that deep about it, I guess.
Well, but that's good sometimes not to think
It
too
was
much
more
about it.
just being centered and
Giving
like
you the
keeping the
right
light
thing.
in the middle and pushing all the dark out.
Oh, yeah, see?
Wow. That is awesome. Here, wait.
That is really great.
Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, hold it. Can you hold it up?
She's
Wait. I can't really. Closer.
You're like holding it far away from your face. Not me.
That is so pretty. I love it. It's awesome. You're really. I was so impressed with like everybody's artwork.
Does anybody else want to share?
Right here. I love that.
Let's see if we
Kind
can
of
get
light.
it on there.
I don't know if you can see
Oh,
this.
there we go. That's perfect right there.
So, yeah.
Oh, I love
I
that.
love that it's your favorite part. When you're still
Yeah.
the same but separate.
Yeah,
for a
like
minute.
we're still attached to the umbilical cord, just like laying on you.
That is so beautiful.
That's my favorite.
Such a good artist. There's no way I could
That
draw
is
That's why I have to touch
awesome.
stuff.
Like every single one of yours. Oh, and yours. Where's yours?
Yeah, where's yours?